This is an Entravision production.
Live from Laredo, Texas, this is Fox News at 9.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of Laredo Fox News. I'm Marlene Guzman.
And for making us your first news choice, I'm Garna Mejia. Laredo's residents are used to seeing the vehicles of various law enforcement agencies that reside here in town. The police department, the sheriff's office, Texas Rangers, the DEA, and the Border Patrol. But yesterday, things weren't as they appeared. Here's why. On Thursday at roughly 12:30 p.m., Border Patrol agents discovered a Chevy Tahoe with 12 persons of illegal status stashed inside. The thing is, that Chevy Tahoe, well, it looks an awful lot as in exactly like the Border Patrol agent's government-issued vehicle. It even had a decal number painted on the passenger side.
A Border Patrol agent was conducting operations when he observed this vehicle pass his location, noticed several discrepancies within that vehicle.
He followed the vehicle and coordinated with agents assigned to the Cotula station. Near the 65-mile marker on I-35, the agents stopped the vehicle. As they walked up to it, they noticed the individuals crammed inside,
which resulted in the arrest of a Mexican driver along with the 12 passengers.
It's no secret that drug trafficking and human trafficking are linked.
This is just another example of what these transnational human organizations go through in attempt to smuggle narcotics, or in this particular situation, undocumented immigrants into the United States.
In May of 2010, the Webb County Sheriff's Office discovered a cloned unit loaded with more than 2,000 pounds of marijuana. At the time, authorities had heard of this only happening in Mexico. They were concerned it was now happening in the States. Technology and money have made it easier for criminal organizations to clone school buses, such as this one loaded with marijuana. Other Border Patrol cars, this one was discovered after it was abandoned in Arizona with 31 undocumented individuals inside. Mail delivery cars, cable TV vehicles, even uniforms. Border Patrol authorities say they're investigating further into the case. They ask that the public report any suspicious activity to 1-800-343-1994. For Fox 39, I'm Garna Mejia.
A Laredo PD was dispatched to a theft of a motor vehicle at the Stripes convenience store located on the 602 block of North Highway 83 on December 1st at approximately 7 a.m. The victim stated that the vehicle was stolen when the driver had gone inside the store to pay for gasoline. The male suspect who stole the vehicle was wearing a black and gray and checkered squared zippered hoodie with a white t-shirt, blue jeans, and wearing black and white shoes. The stolen vehicle is a 2004 white Chevrolet Astro van. A surveillance video was recovered as evidence from the Stripes convenience store, where it shows the described male subject enter the vehicle and drive off while the victim was inside the store. If anyone can recognize the suspect, they are asked to contact Laredo Police at 795-2800 or Crime Stoppers at 727-TIPS.
2 people were arrested and charged with prostitution, according to police. The suspects were discovered during a special operative conducted by the police department that took place on the 1000 block West Carlton Road. Authorities say a young adult male was seen leaving a hotel. The suspect was then pulled over and questioned by police, who say he confessed to having had an encounter with a woman he contacted through Craigslist. The male suspect was identified as Edgar Alejandro Chapa, of 22 years of age, and the female suspect is identified as Idalia Janet Trejo, 33 years of age.
And last night, Laredo firefighters attended a massive fire at a warehouse located at the intersection of Scott and San Ignacio. It was reported around 7:30 p.m. According to authorities, that's when the building was in flames, quickly consumed the interior of the warehouse and everything in it.
The warehouse right now, we know there's a lot of pallets. So we don't know exactly what materials as far as clothing or stuff like that. We're trying to get a hold of the owner. I believe she's from Nuevo Laredo.
According to authorities, no one resulted injured. However, the incident is still under investigation.
Support for Nicole Feister, the brave young woman who was bullied online for being a cancer patient, is coming from all around the world. Many have taken to social media to express their concern and admiration. We spoke with Claire Leal, Nicole's mom, who expressed her feelings of gratitude. She tells us they received a special call last night from Devin Still, the defensive tackle for the Cincinnati Bengals. His daughter Leah was also diagnosed with neuroblastoma, a type of cancer, in June of last year.
Something horrible happened. You know, some people can make a world of difference to try to cheer another person up. You know, whether things like him, especially that he took his time, you know, being an NFL player, he didn't have to do that.
In the meantime, school administrators at UISD emphasize that bullying of any kind is unacceptable, and they won't be tolerating it. There is no law under Texas Penal Code for cyberbullying. However, administrators say that when inappropriate behavior meets what is considered cyberbullying, it's charged under another category.
Enforcement will look at their penal code and determine what the behavior is classified as. It could be classified as an assault, it could be classified as a terroristic threat, or it could be classified as harassment or possibly even hazing.
Perez added that consequences extend to the district student code of conduct, which does specify a cyberbullying clause. She encourages parents to contact administrators with their concerns.
In other news, as you may recall, we told you about the United High School teacher, Mrs. Rendon, who heard one of her students speak Spanish during class. The teacher told the student to swim back to Mexico. Rendon was suspended with administrative pay on November 6th while the case was being investigated. District representatives tells us that Rendon completed her sanction and has returned to her position as a teacher on November 30th. However, she is not allowed to have any type of contact with the student affected.
With an energy reform in Mexico, organizations from Mexico and the States have come together to establish a partnership between the two countries for the development of new energy resources and outlets. The partnership is expected to benefit both countries and help them supply the cities on both sides of the border, as well as create more economic opportunities.
Pues esto va a ser histórico.
It's a historic partnership. We're working together in industries of exterior commerce, oil, energy, and gas.
Garza added that they're counseling with representatives from Eagle Ford Shell, who handles gas drilling operations in the States, to avoid potential pitfalls and hazards. Garza says that this partnership is the first of its kind, and delegations from other countries have already come to see it implemented.
And this morning, the Laredo Independent School District had a food expo, engaging students tasting and evaluating what's going to be in their next year's lunch menu. Fox News 39, Jasmina Trevino has more.
Students from LISD evaluated over 100 eatable products which are possibly going to be added to their lunch menu.
Elementary and middle school students participated tasting the different meals to select the one they liked the most.
I came to try food so like the schools that in the menu, if we don't like it, well, some kids get to come over here and try to pick out the food that we like and maybe they might like.
Over 52 vendors participated, offering different food options.
And we have over 125 items, breakfast, lunch, and snacks. And the goal is that whatever the students are tasting, they're putting it on a survey. We're going to analyze that, and based on that, we're going to put in next year's school menu.
This will be their third annual food extravaganza, named Together We Will Eat Healthier.
We have a healthy menu. We want to make it healthier, and that's why we do this. And our vendors are so excited also. They collaborate with us because the future are the children.
The menu included spinach cheese, tamales, healthy barbacoa, fruits, and vegetables.
In my opinion, I like them because to have new things in our school.
The LISD districts modify their menu annually, creating a healthy plan for the students. For Fox 39, I'm Jasmina Trevi.
That sounds like a great menu. Anyhow, in festive news, today St. Augustine High School had their 6th annual live nativity in the covered patio of their art room. The choir sang Christmas carols while other students and live animals portrayed Christ's birth, the nativity scene.
We are reenacting the nativity scene, and we are singing and showing everyone what Christmas is all about by having the nativity scene here.
The live nativity is done every year to teach kids from the youngest to the oldest the real meaning of Christmas.
And the day was really pretty today.
It was, wasn't it?
But
Nice
let's
and warm.
see how the weekend's going to be. And for that, we have Maria Perez with the weather.
Good evening, Laredo. Maria Perez here with a quick look at our weather. Let's start off by taking a look at our low temperatures for tonight across the region. 68 out towards Cotula, 69 for Encinal. For us in the city of Laredo, similar conditions out towards Hubbardville, Zapata at around 70 degrees. And good evening to you in Nuevo Laredo, Ciudad Anáhuac at around 20 degrees as your Celsius as your low temperature for tonight. As far as our radar, we're reporting nothing but cloudy conditions overhead, few clouds passing through, and that's going to continue for tonight as well. In terms of rain, well, we don't see rain in our forecast for tonight in case you still have plans to go out for tonight, Friday, but for tomorrow, Saturday, a cold front approaches the region, and we're going to start noticing some changes as well as breezier conditions will prevail for tomorrow, Saturday, as a cold front approaches. I'm going to have your full weather report and all the details you need to know in just a bit.
Goes all over.
No, what happened?
He's the one that raped some black woman from like minority. And he was sentenced today, and he was crying while he was being sentenced. He was sentenced for life because he raped like, I think 13 women.
And he was declared innocent?
No.
No, he was like sentenced today.
And he was crying at court because
No way. They ranged in age from a grandmother in her 50s to a 17-year-old girl. Now the Oklahoma police officer who, I see what I'm doing. Now the Oklahoma police officer who used his badge that's yours. Oh, good. They ranged in age from a grandmother in her 50s to a 17-year-old girl. Blah, blah. I feel like I have like something in my throat that's like, I'm like not reading right. Blah, blah, blah. They ranged in age from a grandmother in her 50s to a 17-year-old girl. Authorities say neighbors in a Texas community, but they're actually being duped by a mother pretending her child has cancer. Annalise Ortiz reports. Just in time for those last-minute holiday trips, gas prices continue to dip. And a sneak peek at the new Ninja Turtles sequel, Fox's Michelle Polino has more from the Hollywood Nation. And a sneak peek at the new Ninja Turtles sequel, Fox's Michelle Polino has more from Hollywood Nation. Here's my video of pulling. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us tonight. They ranged in age from a grandmother in her 50s to a 17-year-old girl.
Now, the Oklahoma police officer who used his badge to victimize women could spend the rest of his life behind bars. Fox's Patricia Stark has more.
Has this jury reached a verdict?
Your Honor.
Hired to protect and serve, now convicted of rape and battery. Daniel Holtzclaw was an Oklahoma City police officer. Now he's a convicted rapist facing a possibility of life in prison.
The defendant is guilty of the crime of rape in the first degree, and punishment is set at 30 years.
The 29-year-old broke down as the verdicts were read. The victims in this case lived on the margins of society. They were women in the low-income minority neighborhood in which Officer Holtzclaw patrolled and apparently stalked his victims. Many of the women thought no one would believe them because they had been in trouble before.
This is about sexual assault. This is about women being targeted because they are vulnerable, women who were specifically targeted because they're black and they're poor and they've had some contact with the system.
Investigators used the GPS in Holtzclaw's patrol car and police databases to verify the victims' stories.
76 counts! We want life! They aren't forgotten, that they're important, that we believe you, and regardless of the outcome of this trial, there has to be a dialogue in this city about sexual assault, about rape.
In the end, the jury convicted the officer of half of the 36 charges against him. Each rape conviction carries a penalty of 30 years behind bars. Sentencing is scheduled for January 21st. Patricia Stark, Fox News.
In other news, authorities say neighbors in a Texas community wanted to donate for a good cause and help a struggling family.
But they were actually duped by a mother pretending her child had cancer. Annalise Ortiz reports.
Hidalgo County Sheriff's investigators believe that 46-year-old Juanita Garcia of Mission wasn't only lying about her daughter's cancer to the people who were donating, but was lying to that little 7-year-old girl herself. Investigators believe that Garcia had been telling her 7-year-old daughter that she had terminal cancer since June, even going so far as cutting off all of her hair. She was trying to get donations from people that would allegedly help pay for her daughter's cancer treatments. Child Protective Services reported the case to the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office, and they were able to make an arrest. Garcia is being charged with exploitation of a child, which is a third-degree felony. Investigators say because it is the season of giving, they want to make sure that everyone out there is being smart before they donate.
We don't want to discourage people to participate in those fundraisers, but we do want them to be cautious, and we want them to vet and confirm the information.
The child has been removed from the home, and they are working to give her any kind of care that she might need. From the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office, Annalise Ortiz, CBS 4 News and ValleyCentral.com.
In better news, just in time for those last-minute holiday trips, gas prices continue to dip. David Asman has more in Fox News Business Report.
Stocks getting hammered. The Dow losing more than 300 points on Friday, capping another rough week for investors. One of the main reasons for all that selling? Oil prices. A barrel of crude falling again, now at its lowest price in 6 years. But one good thing from all this, lower gas prices. The national average for regular unleaded just above $2 a gallon. Last time gas prices were below $2 nationally was March of 2009. And get ready for some crowded airports over the next few weeks. According to a new report, airlines expecting 38 million passengers for the holiday travel season kicking off next week. That is up from last year. And putting off that Christmas shopping, well, you're not alone. It's because nearly a third of shoppers end up waiting until Christmas week to buy presents. Turns out a lot of you have trouble deciding on that perfect gift. That's business. I'm David Asman.
That's the one thing that I don't go home with them like.
Yeah, you
I
don't
just
have to worry about it.
stuff for my nieces and ship it, and I'm done.
I have a goddaughter, 2 goddaughters, so I'll send them stuff.
I got mine. They had like these really cute dolls at the Disney store for like $12, and I have 4 of them.
What dolls? Which ones?
Like the Disney princess dolls, but they look like little girls. They're like the anime, but they're like they're the like American Girl. Oh, sorry.
My goddaughter's like Frozen. It has me like, ya me tiene hasta acá arriba.
Yeah.
Frozen here, Frozen there. So I'll probably buy them something for Frozen.
Good evening, everyone. Maria Perez here with your full weather report, filling in for Freddie Vela. Let's start off by taking a look.
Oh, you were just checking.
I know, yeah,
I was like, so it was pretty sunny out there today. The weather was nice. I thought we were going to have to give the weather report. Don't scare me like that.
And a sneak peek at the new Ninja Turtle sequel.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Did you see the Christmas tree?
Through in vitro fertilization.
You haven't seen it?
In vitro it's
Have
not
you seen it?
fertilization, it's fertilization, huh? I always say fertilization.
Fertilization. Yeah, fertilization.
Good evening, everyone. Maria Perez here with your full weather report, filling in for Freddie Vela. Let's start off by taking a look at our current conditions for tonight in the city of Laredo. 69 degrees as our low temperature, mostly cloudy skies, and not to mention a very breezy night as winds from the southeast at around 14 to 17 miles per hour. Winds can reach gusts up to 25 miles per hour for later on tonight. And we've been experiencing a pretty breezy day for today, Friday. We saw throughout the course of the day today, and we're going to continue experiencing those breezy conditions for tomorrow, Saturday, as a cold front approaches the region. But we're going to see that in just a bit. As far as our lows for tonight, 68 out towards Cotula, 69 for Ensenada. Similar conditions for us in the city of Laredo, Hebronville, Zapata at around 70 degrees, 20 degrees Celsius out towards Nuevo Laredo, Ciudad Anáhuac. Good evening to you. As far as our radar, well, what are we reporting for tonight? We don't see rain in our forecast, but what we do see is plenty of cloud coverage, dense cloud coverage throughout most of the entire region from west to east, and that's going to continue for the course of overnight forecast as well. As far as for 2-3 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to continue seeing those cloudy conditions. In fact, tomorrow, Saturday, we may not even be seeing any sunlight as due to the fact that a cold front approaches the region, and we're going to start experiencing lots of maybe some spotty showers throughout the course of the region, and maybe even some thunderstorms as well. As far as our future track radar, we put it into motion. Notice that for Saturday, rain starts filtering most of the entire state, and for Sunday as well. Most of eastern Texas and the deep south Texas, which is for us here in the Rio Grande Valley, we will be experiencing some rain for Sunday as well. Overnight forecast, 69 degrees is your low, mostly cloudy conditions with winds from the southeast at around 17 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, Saturday, a high of 80 degrees with a chance of thunderstorms at around 40%, with winds from the southeast at around 18 miles per hour. Here's what we should be expecting on our 7-day outlook. Notice that for tomorrow, Saturday, we stay with a high of 80 degrees, a low of 60 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, and that chance of showers just creeping into our forecast. And that's going to linger for Sunday as well at around a 20 to 30% chance during the morning hours on Sunday with a high of 74, a low of 44 degrees for Sunday. So we will be experiencing a pretty cool night on Sunday, and we return back to stable conditions for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. That is your full weather report. Have a fantastic weekend. And don't go anywhere. We still have so much more right here on Fox News Laredo.
And so success is the start for Ron Howard.
And a sneak peek at the new Ninja Turtles sequel. Fox's Michelle Polino has more from Hollywood Nation.
I am here now.
The apocalypse arrives, Turtles take two, and Howard scores seconds from the Hollywood Nation. Ron Howard is now a rare recipient of 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Nearly 35 years after earning a star for his work in TV, the actor turned director accepted his second honor Thursday for his lengthy film career.
Over here, please.
Tragic news for reality starlet Kristen Cavallari getting official word Thursday that a body believed to be her brother's had been discovered. Authorities had been searching for Michael Cavallari since the day after Thanksgiving when his car had been found abandoned near Salt Lake City, Utah.
Gear up, guys.
The first trailer for the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sequel is out. The half-shelled heroes battle aliens, mutants, and an evil mad scientist in Out of the Shadows, hitting theaters June 3rd. Hey! One day after scoring a Golden Globe nod for her leading role in Carol, The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that Cate Blanchett is in final talks to join the cast of Thor 3. No word what part she'd play, but sources say the franchise producers have been searching for a, quote, badass female.
The world needs the X-Men.
And speaking of superheroes, a first look at X-Men Apocalypse hit the web Friday. Considered a sequel to last year's Days of Future Past, the franchise's 7th installment vows May 27th.
I've never felt power like this before.
In Hollywood, Michelle Polino, Fox News.
I feel like we bust our chops all day, and then in one little mistake, it's like you look like you didn't do anything all day. And it's like, that's great.
I hate it. Oh, here, we're both gonna come on camera. I couldn't divide it like here because this is where we need to start showing the video of like what happened with the guy.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check. What's happening in Laredo? Hold on, my ear thing, right? Nah, y'all scary. I was ready to whoop everybody at the Christmas party. That's a forfeit. No, that's a forfeit. That's a forfeit.
Wait, does this mean you're not going to the Christmas party? Shit, Harry, ask her.
Andrea, are you going to the Christmas party? You didn't want to rap battle me either.
Why?
sure. Sorry.
The what?
The Trail of Lights.
Is your package still going? Or are we waiting for your package to start?
I know, yeah, we're waiting for it to start.
Okay. Oh, so we're on commercials right now. Okay. They're the first puppies born through in vitro fertilization. This fertilization.
What's happening, Laredo? The Lady Bulldogs were looking to extend their winning streak tonight. Let's get on this marathon. Coach Gilbert Cardenas looking for career victory number 101, and his Alexander Lady Bulldogs are looking to extend their 10-game winning streak. The Lady Bulldogs hosted South San Antonio earlier this evening. This is the second meeting between the two. The teams first met last Thursday during the UISD Hoop Fest, in which Alexander came out on top. Junior Dania Gonzalez scored 16 buckets and snatched 11 boards. But back to tonight's game. It was a battle early on. The teams traded point for point, a very up-tempo game as both teams were pushing the ball down the court. It was a close one at halftime. The Lady Bulldogs went into the break with a 5-point lead. But in the third quarter, Alexander widened the lead. After 3 quarters of play, the Lady Bulldogs were up 51-38. Alexander would eventually get the victory. The final score was 65-48. Dania Gonzalez had 23 points and 9 rebounds. And the Clippers were in Chicago taking on the Bulls last night. The Clippers had won 5 straight in Chicago. Pau Gasol dropped 24 points and hit a career high in 3-pointers. Derrick Rose scored 9 of his 11 points in the fourth quarter after he took off his mask. It seems like these guys never liked the mask. But hey, I guess they all can't be Rip Hamilton. Check this out. Halfway through the third, Taj Gibson puts up a pump fake, and Blake Griffin bites. In midair, he tries to swat Gibson's shot, but all he gets is Taj's face. The refs would review the play, and Griffin would be ejected for a flagrant 2. The Bulls would hang on to win by a final score of 83-80. Rajon Rondo, who's been filling up the box score so easily this season, with 4 triple-doubles, hosted Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks. Rondo fell 1 rebound short of yet another triple-double. DeMarcus Cousins then slammed a vicious dunk on Robin Lopez, deserving of a dab from Rondo. Cousins had quite the game. He finished with 27 points and 11 boards. Early in the fourth, he went up against rookie Kristaps Porzingis, and I might go DeMarcus Cousins out in public. He hits the rookie with a mean spin and then a mean reverse dunk to get the crowd hyped. Cousins wasn't the only one doing dunking, however. With 3 minutes left in the game, Rondo got up and threw down his first dunk of the season, but the game remained close down to the final seconds. Carmelo shot from behind the arc, trying to get the win for his Knicks squad, but it just was a bit short. The Kings have 4 days off, giving Cousins some much-needed rest. He has missed some time this season with a bad back and Achilles. That about wraps it up for sports. The marathon continues tomorrow, same time, same place. Back to you ladies at the desk.
Thank you, Christopher. And check out this terrifying video from Poland showing a cyclist merely inches away from being hit by a speeding train. You can see the man riding towards the crossing, and at the last second, the train speeds by knocking the cyclist's bike out from under him. The man was taken to the hospital with only minor injuries. Can you believe that from seeing that video?
That was insane. I don't know. That was like a miracle for him.
It was a miracle. And you're looking at some very special puppies. These little cuties represent a major scientific breakthrough, and not us. You'll see the video right now.
They're the first puppies born through in vitro fertilization. The litter was produced by scientists from Cornell University and the Smithsonian Institution. It's a common procedure in humans for helping couples have a baby when they can't conceive naturally. But dogs' complex reproductive systems have made it difficult for scientists to use IVF in canines until now. It's hoped this research could be used to help preserve endangered wild dogs such as the African painted dog. Biologists could also learn ways of treating and preventing disease in our beloved pets.
That was very nice.
Yeah, especially like when you love your pet, you want to have like hope that, you know, there's technology to help them when they need it.
Well, and before we go, we want to remind you, you can find us online at mylaredofox.com.
on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, also under Laredo Fox.
Thank you for joining us today. We will see you again on Monday at 9 p.m.
Have a great weekend.